morning, and welcome to another morning of reflections with Funmi Obilana. It's good to have all of you here with me today. And yesterday we talked a little about wisdom. I just gave you a little teaser yesterday about where I believe we would be today. And our guiding scripture for this week as we look at wisdom will be Proverbs. If you can quickly just turn with me to Proverbs. Just give me a minute. Let me get myself together. You're wondering why I'm a little over the place this morning. I woke up early. I remember that we don't have what do you call it, bread at home. So I had to quickly prepare my dough and keep it aside so that it can begin to rise. So it's been a lot of lessons that we have learned. I told you, I have learned so much, and I hope you are learning along with me. Yesterday, we looked at the issue of when you have to start all over again. All over again. And I said to us, for many of us, we're in that place right now where we feel, what do I do? Now, that means that some people are already actually overwhelmed by the level of challenge or the heights of the challenge, the mountain that they are perceiving. And I want to use the word perceive because your challenge is a function of your perception. So you may be looking at everything around you right now and saying to yourself, wow, this is really big. This is a big mountain. But remember, the Lord also said that every mountain will become a level ground. So I want, and we have that saying that says that we've made a mountain out of a molehill. I want to say to you categorically this morning that every mountain that you perceive, and I want you to focus on that word perceive. Every mountain you perceive, because it is your perception, is actually a molehill before God. Every mountain you perceive this morning is actually a molehill before God. Therefore, don't make a mountain out of the molehill. Don't make a mountain out of the molehill. And as I said, when you sit back right now to take stock and look at the last few months, the last 2 months to be precise, and maybe for some people, maybe 3 months, and you are beginning to piece together the fragments of what is supposed to be left of your life. The fragments of what is supposed to be left of our lives. And I'm using the word fragments. Again, I want you to know that it's your perception. It's your perception. When we look at the fragments of what is left, because there's nothing totally whole anymore like it used to be. Things have changed. So we will go back to life, but it will not be normal like we used to, but it's going to be a new normal. So the fragments that you are picking up from your old, you have to now put together and begin to put something from the new into those fragments so that you can go back to a whole. And I'm talking about whole in terms of W-H-O-L-E. You pick up fragments from what you think is left, and you begin to add something new to it so that you have a complete whole. Proverbs 24 says, through wisdom a house is built, and by understanding it is established. By knowledge the rooms are filled with all precious and pleasant riches. So, good news this morning I'm expecting my people from Trinidad. I hope you are watching this morning. And if you are, a big way shout out to you, all the brethren from Trinidad. God bless you real good. And I'm told Trinidad is beginning to ease up and people are beginning to step out. So like many of us, we are now in the process of rebuilding. We are in the process of rebuilding. And if you are rebuilding, I want you to look at the positive. Because when you rebuild, you now have the opportunity to correct some things. To put in new things. 5 years ago, one evening, the pipes in my home just burst. Everywhere was flooded. I wasn't home. I came in. Water was pouring from the second floor into my living room. I had never seen anything like that before. That night, my husband and I could not sleep in our home. In fact, within a space of 5 days, we slept in 5 different places. We became refugees. We became refugees overnight. It was an experience. I now understood what it means to become a refugee. It was awful. 5 different places within a space of 5 nights. Finally, the insurance settled us in. We stayed somewhere for 2 weeks in a hotel. And I said, we can't stay in a hotel. We can't stay in a hotel for how long? They finally gave us an apartment. We were out of our home for a full year while the home was being rebuilt. We had an opportunity to correct some things. We had an opportunity to put in some new things. We had an opportunity to make the new home more beautiful than before. I want you to look at the positives right now. And I want you to understand. You may be down to ground zero right now. But by wisdom, this house will be built. By wisdom, your life will be built. Psalm 11:2 says, and that was what we used that last week when we were talking about foundations. If the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? This is your opportunity to rebuild and rebuild on a solid foundation whose name is Jesus. I told you yesterday, my uncle lost everything. Everything reduced to rubble and ashes. Here we are, nearly 30 years after, and he's doing well. His children are grown. His grandchildren are grown. That has become a memory. Since then, a lot of new good memories have come into play. You are the next story to be told. You are the next life that will be made more beautiful. You are the next one who is going to correct and make everything in your life beautiful. I want to thank you all for joining me this morning. And I want you to go ahead and share Every morning we're here at 9 a.m. for 10-15 minutes. So go ahead and share. Tomorrow, make sure you hold a watch party. And if you miss any part of it, it's always there. You can go right back on Facebook. Or, if you have friends who don't use Facebook, tell them to go on YouTube. Reflections with Funmi Obilana on YouTube. It's always there within an hour of the Facebook Live event. You are the next person whose life is going to be rebuilt for beauty. Good morning, everyone. It's Funmi Obilana. Reflections. God bless you.